All right, prevention and treatment, two words that seem to hover around the conversation of addiction. There's a focus on teaching young kids the dangers so they'll turn away from opioids and helping those who are already dependent. But what about the next generation, the unborn babies who have no control whether or not they'll fall victim to opioids? WDVM's Aaron Miller goes inside one West Virginia hospital and has their stories.
We've all seen the headlines, but those aren't distant stories of drug addiction. They're Eastern Panhandle stories.
Subutex and heroin, those are very common.
The drug epidemic is affecting everyone in the area, even those who don't have a choice. And with 2 decades of medical experience under his belt, Dr. Yasik knows all too well.
You feel for the story of each life that comes. You feel for how life of the baby gonna be in the future. And I think that is the most difficult.
Dr. Yasik reflects on the newborns withdrawing from opioids.
The baby was screaming, the baby cannot sleep because of this overstimulation. They sweat, their heart rate is high, they're breathing fast.
At the Berkeley Medical Center's NICU, Yasik says they have 1 to 2 babies affected at any given time. And as one of the smaller, newer facilities in the state, those numbers are significant. In 2 years, of the 360 newborns admitted, 73 have been diagnosed with neonatal abstinence syndrome, more commonly known as NAS.
For those 73 babies that we got up here, more than 90%, we knew that the baby has been exposed even before the baby born.
Recently, President Trump declaring the opioid crisis a public health emergency.
We can be the generation that ends the opioid epidemic.
But still, it seems like no change is being made.
And there is hope for the future, but not without action. And the action has to be at the lower level, elementary school, education level. We also need to work with the mothers.
Despite conversations about prevention from a young age and working with the mothers, it still doesn't seem to be enough.
I'm afraid we're going to lose a generation in this country if we don't seriously address this issue.
Their journey with addiction doesn't stop when they leave the NICU. It's just beginning. Reporting in Martinsburg, Aaron Miller, WDVM News.
Thank you, Aaron. The average amount of days that a newborn stays in the NICU at Berkeley Medical Center is about 18 days.